All right.
Okay.
Welcome to Girl Island
Where we uphold women's rights.
and women's wrongs.
I'm Kim.
I'm Allison. Hey,
And
gays.
God, it's been a fucking day.
Oh, God. So,
You go first. How did you start the morning?
I woke up this morning to beomhan calling me on Discord. I was like, oh, shit. It was 8:35.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a long week. I was sleeping in a little bit.
Yeah.
I turned off my alarm. 8:35, I wake up to my phone ringing. It's beomhan. I'm like, fuck. I thought our time slot for having a call was like 12 p.m.
Me too.
Turns out, Eastern time, it was like 11:35 where he was. 8:35 where I was. So I did not answer. And I texted, he texted, and I texted. It was just this whole exchange.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll push it back. And I was like, bless, thank you. Rushed over to your house.
Mm-hmm. Well, you called me twice.
Called you twice. Woke you up as well.
Yeah.
Because you were asleep too.
Oh, yeah.
Rushed over.
Yeah.
We got ready.
I've never put makeup on and straightened my hair so fast. Like, it was crazy. I was
crazy.
fully rushing.
Yeah.
You came over.
Oh, it was a whirlwind. I don't even know. I was just putting clothes on my body. I was like, I don't even have time to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. And this is what happened. I just got dressed as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Yep. Spilled beads all over the inside of my car. All over.
Yeah.
Because I was just driving so chaotically. I was like almost 15 over the speed limit in front of the police station. And I had to like calm myself down. I was like, chill. Chill. Don't get a ticket.
Don't get a ticket. That would have been crazy.
I was just really stressed. I was like, dear God.
Yeah.
Because I had that stress stream a few days ago.
Uh-huh.
And it just felt like it was happening in real life.
You had a stress dream that we missed our fan call.
I did, because we were stuck in the woods.
Why were we in the woods?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That must be like analogy for something.
It was specifically the woods at my ex-girlfriend's family's ranch.
Jump scare.
Yeah, real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I was stuck there. And we were like missing. Yeah. I don't know. Analogy for
The woods.
my mental state. How I felt stuck with her and I couldn't move on with my life.
And we missed our fan call.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
moved my life just passing me by.
Wow.
My chaotic ass shit.
Damn. Well, and then, okay, so you came over. We got ready so
Yeah.
quick. We had the fan call.
Yes, we did.
Talk about the most parasocial thing I've ever done. But also, okay, so beomhan, ex-K-pop trainee.
Yes.
We have a bit going between each other, you and I.
Yeah.
About how funny it would be to get him on the podcast. Like, that's our dream podcast guest is beomhan.
Yeah, that was one of our big jokes when we first started. It was like, dream guest?
beomhan. And so when he announced he was doing fan calls, we were like, it's a no-brainer. We have to talk to him.
We were like, it would be so silly.
It would be so silly if we talked to him.
And also just like the amount of inside jokes we have between each other where we just like quote
His crash out all the time.
Yeah.
You think I'm ugly? Look at yourself.
Look at yourself. Mewing. I don't know, it's just funny.
It is funny.
I love to support a mentally ill baddie.
Yeah, same. And so, yeah, fan call, we started, explained to him that we were running late, and then
Told him happy birthday.
Told him happy birthday.
Yeah.
Said, hey, we want to go to your show, but
In San Francisco.
in San Francisco. It's kind of far from us, though. And your ex lives across the street.
Yeah,
Or her family's home.
Yeah. She lives very close to the venue.
Yeah.
And so we explained the situation to him. We really want to go.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend lives like right across the street from the venue.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'll kill her.
He fully, like, not even a second in between Allison explaining it, was like, oh, I'll commit murder. Do you need me to kill her for you? And we were shocked to say the least.
We were like, wow, you'll do anything for your fans.
Yeah. Hey, now we stand.
Yeah.
He'll murder for us.
Yeah, dang. I've never had someone offer that for me.
I know.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, I feel like that would break no contact. And he was like, no, because it's me. It's me doing it.
It's him doing it. So technically you're not breaking no contact.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think he asked us where we're from. And we were like, oh, the place. Well, we started laughing because obviously the place our hometown is known for is for marijuana.
Yeah, illegal drugs.
And so we were like, oh, we're from this place. And this is what we're known for. And he was kind of just silent.
He was a little stunned by that. I think.
I mean, for a reason. He probably can't talk about substances.
Yeah.
And here we are just like talking about murder and talking about weed. And yeah, so that was funny.
He was like, yeah, never heard of it.
Never heard of it. What else?
And then he asked us, it was getting towards the end of the call, and he asked us, well, do you have anything you want to ask me or tell me? And I asked him, what do you think about Luigi Mangione?
I laughed so hard.
To which he saluted. And said, respect.
Hand to forehead.
Yeah. And then said, I can't really talk about that. I'm having media training. And to that, I'm just like, you did just offer to commit murder for me, but you can't talk about Luigi Mangione? Like, media training where?
Exactly. And so we all laughed, and then he said he had to go.
Yep.
We thanked him for being a real one. I told him he was the realest bitch out there.
Yeah.
And then he hung up.
Yep. That's pretty much how it went.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I feel like that went great.
So great.
Yeah.
Couldn't have gone better.
Yeah.
Because you and I we have a bit going about him, but like we're not the type of people to like be like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with you. Like, no. No. That's literally, he's younger than us. That's just
he's my little brother's age.
Yes.
Yeah. And we're gay.
We just
do it for the meme.
We just gotta do it for the bit.
Yeah.
So, and on that note, we're gonna talk shit
about our exes. Ooh, where do we start?
Well, we both compiled a list of crazy shit our exes did. And at first I was like kind of apprehensive. I was like, do I need to am I going to air this out? But honestly, I feel like it's not airing it out. It's telling the truth. Yeah. I didn't do this.
Yeah.
The other person did it.
Yeah, it happened to me. I didn't have a choice.
To me.
Yeah.
And so, bitch, if you don't want it aired out, why'd you do it in the first place?
Real.
So,
all right, should we each one at a time?
Take turns, get into it if we want to.
Okay.
You have a lot more than me. That's okay, though.
I think mine are just longer.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to go first?
Sure. So this person turned off my PG&E when I moved back into my apartment. Crazy. So for context, I broke up with a person. For various reasons. And I moved out temporarily because I wanted to be the bigger person and let them get stuff together. And then I moved back in when they moved out, and they turned off my PG&E on me. I had no electricity.
That's crazy. Did you have to pay the fee to get it turned back on?
My landlord dealt with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. No electricity.
Very controlling.
Thanks for that.
Okay.
Yep.
My first one. So last year, my childhood family dog passed away. He was 11 and a half. And the day after he passed away, my most recent ex-girlfriend told me I needed to get over it and move on. And people move on. People are sad, and then they need to move on. And taking more than 24 hours was a little too long for her, I guess.
How soon did she tell you? 24 hours?
Yeah, the next day. Yeah, she told me to get over it. and move on. Because she just doesn't like it she didn't like it when I was sad. It made her really uncomfortable. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I should have broken up with her then.
Yeah. I mean, we both should have broken up with the people we were dating well before we actually did.
I know.
But hey, we live and we learn. We live and we learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They left a shrine for me in my apartment.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. Oh,
God. And by, like, shrine, I don't mean, like, there weren't flowers or anything. But one of the times I came back to, like, grab clothes, I always brought someone with me. Because the one time I came without someone, this person ended up being there. And it was, like, kind of sketchy and I didn't enjoy it. So then after that, I always brought someone with me just in case they were here, even if they said they weren't going to be. So came with my best friend. The house was totally just fucked. Like, they had broken furniture. They had stuff everywhere. It was crazy. And then on my desk, there was pictures of us scattered everywhere, like kind of like in a circle. And then in the middle of the circle was like a 4-page letter. And I was like, oh no. And I picked it up. I had to read it, of course. And it was just, it was so crazy. It was so chaotic. This person was telling me, like, I love you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I hope we get back together sometime. And then they were like, I hate you. You're the worst thing that ever happened to me. Everything bad that has happened in my life is because of you. And I'm fucking other people. And they love me for me.
Oh my God. And that's on insecure attachment.
Yeah. And so it was just like, it was so back and forth. It was like, I love you. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. And I was just like, God damn, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I read it once over. My best friend read it. We had a little giggle because, like, we just could not believe what we were reading.
Oh my God.
And I threw it away.
Yeah.
And I threw all the pictures away because I was like, fuck you. You're acting so unhinged.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Super crazy. So we took apart the really weird shrine.
Yeah, as you should.
And I grabbed my clothes and we left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so much.
Uh-huh.
That's really disturbing. Oof. And, like, you've showed me a letter that person wrote you before.
Yeah.
And you can just tell he thinks he's very profound.
Oh, yeah.
He thinks he's a very eloquent and clever writer. Yeah. Just from the cadence and the tone.
Yeah.
He's not.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Gosh. Your turn.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I want to go from here?
Mm-hmm.
So she got mad at me for getting, like, a pullover fleece sweater that was the same brand as a jacket that she had.
Why?
And I'll say the brand. It was Patagonia.
Why?
And we're in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Does she think she has the exclusive rights to Patagonia? Like, she's the only one who gets to wear that, and if anybody else gets it, they're copying her. But she would, like, really crash out about, like, fashion sometimes. She was like, I just don't get why people can't just be unique. Like, just be unique. And I'm
Bitch,
like,
you're not unique in Patagonia.
no. You're in the Pacific Northwest. Who do you think you are? We're going hiking.
Yeah.
This is not Paris Fashion Week.
No.
There's no onus to be unique when I'm covered in mud.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be functional.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my fleece pullover being the same brand as her jacket, she told me that really bothered her.
I don't even have words for that because, like, that doesn't make sense.
She's not a rational person.
Yeah, that wasn't rational.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Speaking of fashion, total, opposite direction. A person I dated wore white basketball shorts from Walmart. Like, exclusively. And
the stains.
The stains. And 2, was just a big baby. And didn't want to wear pants.
Oof. Oof.
I know.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to say that my fashion choices were all that great either, because I was in my straight era and I just looked so basic.
But stained white basketball shorts.
I see white basketball shorts and I get triggered.
I'll never wear them.
No, never do.
No white.
No.
My ex-girlfriend told me that it was provocative for me to sit with my knees open, because I had my legs open in front of other people, and that meant I was flirting with them and being provocative from how I was sitting. And she got very angry at me because I was sitting across from this girl who was in a relationship, and I had my legs open. And she was like, you were being provocative. You were flirting with that girl. You had your legs open. And I was like, I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting.
Talk about, like, insecurities.
Yeah, I told my therapist about that, and she laughed. I was like, my girlfriend is upset about me for how I sit, and she laughed. She was like, red flag.
Yeah, did she tell you to break up with her?
She didn't tell me what to do, but she was like, red flag. And I was like, noted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the way I sat was like too whorish and provocative for her. Full length pants. I was wearing full length pants.
It's not like you were naked.
Or in a bikini.
Even if you were in a bikini,
yeah,
and you were sitting with your legs open because that's how you sit comfortably.
Crisscross applesauce exists, guys.
Applesauce.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you like want to fuck somebody.
No.
That just means you're sitting down.
Full length winter pants. I was bundled up from head to toe. She was like, "You're being provocative." I'm like, in what world?
See, here's my thing. If people are projecting like that onto their partners, they are having those feelings themselves or acting on them.
That's kind of how I feel. I feel like every accusation is a confession.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
This next one is like actually maybe the craziest of all of it. So when I moved back into my apartment, I came back with my parents one day. I think they were helping me bring furniture. Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
And I walked in and I turned to my left, and I live in a studio apartment, so everything is like pretty small. And I look on my bed, and what's on my bed? A used fleshlight.
Oh God.
And I ran over there, covered it with a blanket because I didn't want my parents to see. And we went about our business, dropped off what we needed to drop off, or like picked up what we needed to pick up or whatever, and left. And when I came back, I like uncovered it, was so disgusted because how dare you leave a used fleshlight on my mattress?
That's like a cry for help. That's like a desperation to try and like
I see tears in your eyes.
Power.
I know.
I was yawning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like it's like marking your territory.
Yeah.
That's purposeful.
Yeah.
That was like a weird manipulation tactic
100%.
to like freak me out or something. No, I like grabbed a garbage bag and like kind of scooped it up and threw it away.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It was so gross.
And then you gave that mattress to your brother. And told him about it.
I did. Yeah, and my brother knows. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't want anything to do with that mattress because also at that time, that ex was texting me and was like, I'm fucking other people right now. And I'm like,
Sure.
Who's gonna fuck someone that wears white basketball shorts? I mean, come on. But
Real.
I wanted nothing to do with that bed. So yeah, I gave the bed and the whole like frame to my brother, and now him and his fiance use it.
There you go.
There you go. Hey,
I hope they thoroughly sanitized it.
probs not.
Oof.
And then I crashed out, and like in like 5 minutes, I bought a ton of new furniture. I bought like a couch, bed frame, and a mattress. And I was like, I don't know if any of this is going to fit, but I just like ordered it and prayed to God. And it did fit.
It did fit. It looks great.
It's so cute in here.
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks. But yeah, used fleshlight. Ew.
Nasty.
Nasty behavior.
Crazy.
And thank God, I just told my parents this recently, and they were absolutely mortified. And they were like, yeah, we didn't see that, or else we would have talked to you about it. And I was like, okay, well, now you know that was there when you walked in.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're up, girly pop.
All right. My next one
Mm-hmm.
is, so last summer,
Mm-hmm.
my dad, who's an alcoholic, had a really bad bender that lasted like a week and a half. He drank a lot. He had to be hospitalized. He almost died.
Yeah.
It was a whole ordeal. And after this happened, and my mom and I like got into the hospital and we're checking in with him, and he was sobering up, and I was talking to him. After I left the hospital, I went to go see her. And my mom called me while we were spending time together. And it was just while we were out and about. We weren't settled on a specific activity yet. And my mom was checking in with me, giving me an update, letting me know how things were going. And after I hung up the phone, she was mad at me for talking on the phone with my mom about my dad, who was in the hospital because he almost died from his debilitating alcoholism. And she like had this whole tantrum about it, about how I was talking too much with my mom and not asking her for her, like, I don't know, permission, I guess, to have more of a call. And I was being really inconsiderate by being on the phone so much. And I was like, well, you know, when your dad's in the hospital, sometimes you're on the phone a lot and you just need your partner to like kind of take care of themselves for a little bit while you take care of other stuff. But I just feel like she was like really highly like, if I didn't have 100% of my attention on her all of the time, she would start to spiral and crash out and lash out at me very angrily. And that was one of those situations where she was just so mad because I had another person in my life, a family member, who needed my attention at that moment. And again, we dated for less than a year. And it was like that level of expectation on me.
That's insane behavior.
Yeah.
Like, what was going through her mind for her to rationally think that was okay to say to you?
I don't know. I think that she's just a very selfish person.
Yeah.
And she's just used to like being like very hyper independent and like self-serving in that hyper independent way. And so then when she tries to like factor in a partner, she's like, why aren't you also serving my needs? And it's just like, because I'm also my own person. She just wanted a lot of caretaking. She wanted a lot of like emotional caretaking and a lot of my attention. And I was like, well, you know, sure, we're getting to know each other. Sure, we're like dating. This is still like the start of the relationship. I have other people in my life too.
Yeah.
That need my attention.
Yes.
And need my care. And like,
yes.
But she just wanted, I feel like, to soak up all my energy. She like wanted to monopolize my attention and my time.
And that's a toxic fucking person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to the point where she would become very angry and resentful if I wasn't giving her all my time and attention. And get mad at me for talking on the phone with my mom about my dad who's in the hospital.
See, our exes are very same in that regard. Yeah. Yeah.
Insecure people.
Yeah. For sure.
You're up.
Okay. So my next one is pretty short. Never paid our bills.
Never ever?
Very rarely, and when they did, it was because they asked other family members for money, or
freeloader.
Would just open up random credit cards.
Freeloader.
Yes.
That's like a child.
Yes. So I tried to do the math one time to like, cause I want to say like, once I called it off and we broke up, 3 to 4 months prior, they had not been paying any of the bills.
Whoa.
So I did all the math to see how much they owed me, and it was a lot. And I will never see that money again.
Damn.
It's like, yeah, never. So.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Freeloader.
Freeloader. Freeloader in white basketball shorts.
God,
Why? Why did I do that?
Well, you were long distance for a long time.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get all of the white basketball shorts like all at once, or then maybe I would have ran for the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were eased in.
Yeah.
It was like the frog in the boiling water.
Mm-hmm.
Like the basketball shorts became more and more stained over time. Like the water became hotter and hotter.
Your turn.
Okay. My ex-girlfriend thought she was a really positive person and claimed that she was an empath and would just be like, what? I'm just happy. I just like to be happy. But she was actually like one of the rudest, like most negative, sour, judgmental people that I've ever met. And she would cry at me she would yell at me because she said I cried too much. Now that we've broken up, I don't cry that much anymore. I was crying because she was being mean to me.
Same. You know what? After the big breakup, like obviously I was sad, and then once I started to get better and whatever, I was like, something's wrong with me. I'm not crying. Why am I not emotional? I used to cry every day. I must be broken. Until my best friend told me, no, you're not broken. You're just happy. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Literally.
Truly no idea. So yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that she thought she was such a positive person when she was just so mean and negative all the time. Like, anytime any inconvenience happened to her, she would crash out and just get super mean and rude about, like, any person involved. And I'm just like, how are you a positive person if you're, I don't know. But just all the time, super negative. I would be like, let's be optimistic. Let's, like, think of a more positive spin for this. And I'm like, how? How are you the positive one? And she said I was the negative one between us because I cried so much. It's like, well, you're mean to me.
Yeah.
I cry when people are mean to me.
Same.
Yeah.
When people yell at me, I cry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Am I so crazy? Huh? I'm so crazy? Because I react when you treat me like shit? Oh my God, I'm so negative. No. Go for it.
Okay, the one I have next. So while I've been talking mad shit on this one person that I dated, this next bullet point, not the same person. Different person.
Okay.
I'll tell you and then bleep it.
Okay. Okay.
Told me feminism wasn't real.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what do you mean feminism isn't real? It literally is real. And he was like, no, it's not real and you don't need it. And I was like, I just like was not computing, and I just like spent so much time trying to explain to him and like hold his hand through it, like, this is what feminism is and this is why women need it. And also men need it too. Feminism isn't just for women, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
And he like fully was like, no, feminism evil.
Oh my God.
And then that person was crazy. He broke up with me over text one time, and I fully was like, oh my God, that's horrible. And then I was like really sad about it. And then my friend was like, well, he sucks anyways, whatever. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Whatever. And so I hung out with my friends and I was okay. And then he texted back and he was like, I want you back. I was just joking. I just broke up with you because I wanted to see your reaction.
What the fuck?
And I was like, huh? why did you do that? And he was like, I don't know. I just wanted you to fight for me.
What in the world?
And so I was like, well, okay, I guess we're still dating since you didn't really break up with me for real.
What the heck?
I don't know.
That's so weird. Like, why do people feel the need to test like that?
I don't know. Because your girlfriend did that too.
Oh, yeah. She would do that too.
Yeah. She just, like, broke up with you all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
She would do that. And then she would backtrack and be like, oh, no, I didn't mean it. And
yeah,
actually,
exactly.
you should know that I didn't mean it.
Yeah, that's what this person did. And was like, I was totally just joking. I was just testing the waters to see how far I could go.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Crazy.
So crazy.
Okay, bouncing off the feminism theme. At one point, she told me she wasn't a feminist. And she wasn't, like, one of those annoying feminists. I was like, what are you talking about? And I had to explain to her, like, what feminism was. And related, when I talked to her about Roe v. Wade being overturned and women losing the right to abortion in a lot of the states, she didn't believe me. And this was months after it happened. She was like, that didn't happen. I was like, yeah, it did. I was like, abortion is illegal in many states now. And she was like, I'm going to have to do some more research about that. I was like, okay, you should. And I Googled a map of where, like, abortion was restricted. And she was like, whoa, like, aren't people angry about this? I was like, yeah. People have been organizing protests and, like, counter movements for a while now, like, ever since this happened, since a lot of states had trigger laws that took effect right after the constitutional protection got overturned.
Yeah.
But she was just completely ignorant of it and just, like, didn't believe me that that was really happening. But also, she had never lived outside of California, so she was very, like, California-brained.
That's not an excuse because we live in California, and
She's a Nepo Baby Bay Area Californian. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't find any excuse for people being fucking stupid.
I'm not saying it as an excuse. Okay. I'm saying it as a dig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
she's just out of touch.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Wasn't a feminist. I had to tell her what feminism was, which, like, why did I do that?
I mean, I've never understood women who aren't for feminism. It's like, what do you mean you're not for feminism?
They're pick-me's. I feel like the reason I, like, was patient with her and explained it to her was because she was, like, just a little baby gay, and I could see she just needed, like, a little push. And I was like, you just have a lot of internalized homophobia and, like, misogyny. So I was like, let me just, you know, do my time in the baby gay military service, serve our people, help you out a little bit. But then I just got to bear the full brunt of her misogyny.
Yeah.
So, you know.
God.
the whoever you feed may bite your hand. So.
Oh my God. My next one. An ex referred to himself as an alpha. In, like, I don't know how to explain it. In, like, I mean, is there even a good way to explain you're an alpha? I don't think so. No. If you refer to yourself as an alpha, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, or a furry.
True.
Both?
I don't think he was a furry.
Weirdo.
But he was a weirdo.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the fact that he was, like, totally just for real. Like, I'm an alpha.
Jesus Christ.
Like, okay.
People who are actually really together and cool.
Yeah.
Don't say that shit.
No. Bitch, you were a beta.
Chronically online, mentally ill people with no life call themselves alphas.
Yes.
No one else does.
Men on the weird side of Reddit call themselves alphas.
Yeah. People don't do that in real life.
People don't do that in real life. Yeah. And you can only do it in, like, certain fanfics.
Lord. All right, my next one is my ex-girlfriend, she grew up pretty wealthy. Her, like, relatives were pretty rich, and so she used to go on these, like, really fancy vacations and go on private jets and get this really, like, top tier luxury customer service. And so it made her really snooty and, like, really nitpicky about customer service that she would receive on, like, a daily basis. And even just, like, at our local grocery store, like, she would get really mad about the like customer service there. And one particular instance is when she called the cashier at our grocery store a cunt because she wouldn't sell her alcohol without an ID. She really wanted a hard kombucha, and she didn't have her driver's license. She had like the interim driver's license that doesn't have a picture on it when you're waiting for your real one to come in the mail. And they wouldn't sell her alcohol with that. And she was so upset about it that like she was really, really rude to the cashier. And as soon as we got out of the store, she was like, I don't know why she had to be such a cunt. Like, that's such bad customer service, not giving the customer what they want. And I'm like, you didn't have an ID. That's illegal to sell you without an ID.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, it's just bad customer service. I'm just like, what planet are you on? Like, you're in the wrong here.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, she's a cunt. I'm like, for what? Doing her job?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm pretty sure you're the one who's acting crazy.
It seems like she was always in the wrong.
She was very entitled.
Speaking about entitlement, an ex of mine would fully crash out in Facebook comments, like random posts, and they would crash out in like Reddit threads too, and get really heated arguments with people. And then someone threatened that they were going to call the cops on him, and he actually believed it and was losing his mind.
Oh my God.
Because he got in a fight with someone on Facebook.
Lord.
And these were just random people. And what was he fighting about? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But all I can say is I was really stupid. Yeah.
Lord,
give me strength.
oh, real. Okay.
Oh, I just remembered something that I don't have on this list.
Okay.
I'll say it next after you.
So I had asked my ex-girlfriend not to drink hard alcohol around me because she would get a little mean when she was drinking hard alcohol.
Yeah.
And like my dad is an alcoholic, so that's like a really big trigger for me. Like I explained to her and just told her like what that was, what kind of feelings that was creating for me, and like why that would make me really dysregulated. And was just like, hey, just hard alcohol. Like if you want to drink wine or your kombuchas or your beers, do what you got to do. But hard alcohol, you're catching an attitude kind of vibe. Please don't do that. And she told me, and I was sober from alcohol. I still am sober from alcohol. She told me it was a bummer that I chose to be sober from alcohol because she would like to be able to have a cocktail with her partner, and it was just a bummer that I didn't drink. And she did promise me she wouldn't drink hard alcohol around me, but she would always forget about her promise and then guilt me about it. Because I would have to bring it up. I would be like, hey, like, this kind of goes against, like, the promise you made. And she'd be like, oh, I totally forgot. Ugh.
Literally, our exes are the same people. Because they would do the same. They would get booze. I'd be like, hey, you said you weren't going to drink.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, I'm going to do what I want. And I'd be like, okay. And then they'd crash out because they were an alcoholic. like what? Yeah. We put up with so much.
I know. And never again.
Never again.
Never again.
If this ever happens to me again, incarcerate me.
Yeah.
Detain me.
Yeah. 5150 me.
5150 me. I'm unwell if I put up with this behavior again.
Yeah.
God.
I'll never do this again. I'll never give a person this much grace and understanding and like this many chances.
No.
Ever again.
No.
Ever.
No.
I love being single. Being single is amazing.
Word.
Okay, what was your next one?
Okay, the next one that I remembered that you know. Fucking crazy. They punched a homeless person in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Unprovoked.
That's crazy.
And I wasn't there for it. So, like, I didn't see it happen. But I was contacted immediately after. And in the heat of the moment, I was told they were breathing near me in, like, a really sus way. And I was like,
what does that mean?
Breathing near you? Breathing on you? Huh? Huh? And the cops were called.
Yeah.
I don't think he called the cops. I think someone else saw it and called the cops. And when the cops came, he was just like, yeah, this person was trespassing. And the homeless person was fully knocked out on the ground.
Oh my God.
And because, you know, police, white man, homeless person, who's going to come out on top?
Yeah.
It's going to be the white man.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what they did with the homeless guy. Anyways, he went away.
Dang.
And then I came home and my ex was like, yeah, he was trespassing. I was scared for my life. And I was like, that's not what you said initially. Initially, you just said he was breathing near you and it provoked you and you punched him in the face.
That's crazy.
And I think violence, I'm one of those people that I think any form of violence is wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's unnecessary and stupid.
Yeah.
And I think punching people
Is so not
is
cool.
psychotic and not cool.
No.
Why did I stay? I don't know. But anyways, I was like, what the fuck? I was so confused and so embarrassed. Yeah.
We're free now.
We're free now.
We're free
but
now.
also, like, why? I don't know. I feel like majority of the time, unhoused people are doing nothing wrong.
No, they're just existing.
They're just existing.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, since I've been single and living alone, sometimes they're unhoused people around in the neighborhood or like in my yard. They are, but by existing near me, they're doing nothing wrong.
Right.
They are not hurting me. They are not littering. They are quite literally just living their life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna fucking tell on them or call the police on them.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I want to make their day harder? They're
Right.
already suffering.
Right.
Fucking pisses me off.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Why are you hitting people?
Why are you hitting people?
people in the street?
Unprovoked.
Crazy.
So crazy. Your turn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my ex-girlfriend was working for like this new company,
Mm-hmm.
and we had started to befriend her coworker and his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
They were super kind, like welcoming, genuine people. I really enjoyed their company. They loved to like play games, and were just like really inviting and like warm.
Mm-hmm.
And we hung out with them a couple times. And she then told me she didn't want to be friends with them anymore because they lived paycheck to paycheck, and she thought they had a broke mindset. And I was like, they're really nice people. Like, I feel like you could benefit from having just like really nice, genuine people in your life. And she was like, well, they're just not going anywhere. And I want to surround myself with people who are going places and have goals.
Huh?
Yeah, she would rather be around like basically like ambition driven narcissists than just like nice, kind, genuine people.
No words.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's not the type of friend I want to have. If you're basing you wanting to be friendship with someone based off like how much money they make.
Yeah, that's insane, right?
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes. I would befriend someone because of like how cool they are as a person, not their like how much they make or their value like to society.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Strange
super villain behavior.
Yeah, strange behavior.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 3 more left.
Okay.
Okay. Refuse to drink water.
Ew.
And really my only like anecdote about this is like they refuse to drink water. They wouldn't feel good, and I'd be like, have you had any water today?
Mm-hmm.
And because they were a giant baby, they were like, no. And I was like, well, then maybe you should drink water. And they would be like, no. I was like, okay, well, there's not much I can do for you.
Gotta drink water.
Don't drink water. Wouldn't eat vegetables.
Oh.
Like they did sometimes, but like rarely would they eat vegetables like
Gross.
unprompted.
Ew.
And I'm like, you're older than me, actually.
Yeah.
You're a grown up.
Eat a vegetable.
Eat broccoli.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard to take care of your body.
Gosh.
Like, I get it if, like, I don't know, if someone's, like, depressed and shit. Like, it's hard to take care of yourself. But, like...
Damn.
A piece of spinach?
Literally.
Literally, that's all it takes.
Truly.
You're a...
My ex-girlfriend wouldn't let me go to dance class anymore because she told me she considered it cheating if I danced with other people. Her aunt would go to salsa class and invited us, and I really wanted to go. Yeah. And I had been to that salsa dance class before because one of my best friends would go there frequently with her husband. And it was just like a really nice community. Like, people are not flirty at all. It's not weird. Like, you do partner dancing, but it's like very professional, and you rotate, and it's just a very warm and friendly community. And my ex-girlfriend was like, you can't go, otherwise you're cheating on me. It's just a dance class. And her aunt was inviting us to go.
Invited both of you?
Yeah.
And even if she went with you, she would consider it cheating?
Yeah, she didn't want me to go. She didn't like me being around other people, I should say. Anytime we were with a group, she would try to sequester me away from them as much as possible to, like, keep me away from other people.
God. Narcissist. Narcissist. Should I go?
Go for it.
Refuse to listen to female musicians.
What the hell?
And would really get mad at me for listening to Taylor Swift.
What the heck?
And Taylor Swift isn't, like, the best person in the world.
Right.
Quite frankly, she's, like, I don't really like her all that much.
Yeah.
But when Midnights came out, I fucked with it. I love pop music.
Yeah. If we're going to criticize Taylor Swift, let's do it for a good reason.
Yes.
Let's not just be like, she's a woman.
Yes,
Let's be like, she's a billionaire who abuses her private jet.
Yes, exactly. If you're going to criticize her, be like, that bitch rides her plane too much.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yes. Don't say, I hate her because she is a pop girl and is successful.
Yeah. Let's say, I hate her because her queer baiting got really out of hand around the pandemic.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he would, like, get really, really mad at me for listening to pop music or listening to female musicians. He would just, like, rag on me so hard for it.
That's crazy.
Because apparently classic divorced dad rock is real music.
Oh my gosh. Good God.
Good God. Yeah. So you're up, girly.
All right.
Yeah.
I once shared with her on a road trip we were on about my experience being bullied in high school. And she responded to it by telling me that I talked too much and didn't check in on her enough during my story. And that was really rude of me and inconsiderate to take up so much space to talk.
I just, like, have no words.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
It's so wild.
I was, like, being really vulnerable and, like, really opening up about a really tough experience. And she was like, I can't believe you talked so much. What?
She needs to be, like, checked into some fucking facility.
There's definitely something wrong with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think she lacks empathy.
I think so, too. And she thinks she's an empath.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
she told me multiple times, she's like, I'm an empath. I was like, I don't think you are.
An empath just, like, for yourself? Like, clearly she is so delusional and, like, cannot see past herself and, like, her own, I don't know, life?
I don't think so. I think that she's very selfish, and I think that she's very, like, wrapped up in her own little world, and, like, nothing outside of her bubble of reality is real to her.
Man, if anyone that is listening is a therapist, they're gonna have a fucking field day.
She, like, really couldn't comprehend, like, other people's perspectives. Like, I would ask her, because I feel like she had OCD pretty bad, too, and she was, like, really controlling. And I asked her once, I was like, have you ever, like, thought maybe you have OCD? And she was like, oh, my therapist tried to refer me to an OCD specialist, but I didn't go. Because I was like, I noticed you're really particular about things. I was like, do you have really strong opinions about, like, things needing to be done a right way, and there is a right way to do it. And she was like, yeah, obviously. And I was like, yeah, a lot of people don't think like that. Like, a lot of people don't make that direct of a correlation of, like, this means this, or this needs to be done like this, and there is no other way. I was like, I don't think like that. Because she thought, if I sit with my legs open, that means I'm flirting.
Yeah.
If I don't set the table, that means I'm being rude and inattentive. If I talk too much, that means I don't care about her. It was, like, very cut and dry, like, black and white thinking.
Yeah.
And I was like, most people don't think like that.
No, and you work in mental health. So, like, you are
not a psychologist, though.
Not a psychologist, but you're aware.
Somewhat. I try.
Yeah.
But I was like, you have something going on, girl. Like, you need to get help.
Yeah. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. My last one. I gotta end it with a banger.
Okay, let's go.
In the middle of the night, I was asleep, of course, because it was night. And I woke up to the sound of water. You know what this is?
I know what this is.
You look at it.
Oh.
Yeah. I woke up to the sound of water, and I was like, what the hell, am I dreaming? Open my eyes, blink, eyes adjust in the dark, look up. My ex is pissing on my chair. And I, of course, because he's pissing on my chair, start screaming. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What is happening?
Are you pissing on my chair?
Are you pissing on my chair? He's like, no, I'm in the bathroom. And I'm like, sorry to break it to you, buddy. No, you're not. You're pissing on my chair. And he stops pissing on my chair, goes to the bathroom, finishes, and I'm left staring at my chair covered in piss.
Wow.
My floor covered in piss.
Oh, wow.
My heater covered in piss.
Oh, God.
And I know. And I was just like, well, fine. I have to fucking deal with this. And I was like, but I don't want to deal with this. He's gonna have to deal with it because this is his piss. This is not my fucking job. So he comes out of the bathroom. I'm like, you have to clean this up. And mind you, I'm pretty sure at this point he was still drunk.
Yeah.
This was like a drunk activity.
Yeah.
He woke up in the middle of the night and did that. Was not sober. And so he was like trying to clean it up, but it was just making it worse. And so I was just like, fuck off, go away, go take a shower, I don't know, go to bed, do something. I'm gonna take care of this because you're just making it worse.
Yeah.
So I cleaned up the piss chair, the piss floor, and my piss fucking heater.
Fuck, that's so gross.
It was so nasty. I was so pissed off, Allison. I was so unhappy. Yeah. And it's my favorite chair.
Oh, so gross.
And unfortunately, I still have that chair because, look, I'm on a budget.
You're economical.
I'm on a budget. I'm not going to buy a new chair. Like, I bleached it. It's metal, so, like, it can be sanitized.
That's fine.
It's fine. I sanitized it.
Yeah.
It's been a few years. It's okay. But sometimes when I look at that chair, I'm reminded of that horrible, horrible night.
God, that
And,
is
like,
a true nightmare.
True nightmare. And again, I'm not going to get rid of it. I live in a studio apartment. I have, like, no room for people to sit.
Yeah.
And I like to host. So
you need a chair.
when people come over, they're going to sit on the piss chair.
It's part of the, like, initiation.
It is
into
part of
Girl
the
Island. You have to
initiation.
sit on the piss chair.
Yes. If you want entry to Girl Island, you have to sit on the chair.
It's a rule.
It's a rule. So, anyways, that's all of the crazy shit my exes did. You still have more.
I still have more. We can do a speed run. We can, like...
Yeah,
bust them out.
bust them out.
Okay. My ex-girlfriend wanted to be a billionaire.
Gross.
Yeah. She got mad at me for being so close to my family and spending a lot of time with my mom. And she would get really passive aggressive and angry about it and be like, well, why don't you just go hang out with your mom then? And I'd be like, okay, I will.
Yeah. My ex would do the same. Like, would get angry when I wanted to spend time with my family.
Yeah.
And I was like, my family's cool. He asked one time, like, why do we have to see them so much? And I'm like,
my God.
They are cool people. I wouldn't hang out with them if they weren't awesome.
Yeah.
And they are awesome, so duh, I'm gonna hang out with them all the time.
I feel like it's an insecurity thing.
Oh, fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She constantly accused me of checking out and flirting with other people. I was not.
Yep.
I don't do this even when I'm single.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent a very long period of my life genuinely believing I was asexual because I wasn't attracted to anyone.
Yeah.
And I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I told all my friends that she said this about me, and they all laughed. They were like, you? They were like, again, you don't do that when you're single.
No.
Yeah.
No. Even though we've just reconnected, we started hanging out 4 months ago, 3 months ago? Yeah. I already know that's not who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is not the vibe you ever put out for people.
Yeah. Okay, it had never occurred to her that her mom was an immigrant until I pointed it out to her. I was like, oh, like, your mom, she's an immigrant. Like, she has such a unique perspective and experience that's so different from, like, your dad's experience. And she was like, whoa, what? Yeah, you're right. Like, she is living in a different country than where she was born. And I was like, yeah. She was like, I never thought of her as an immigrant. I was like, yeah. She's fully from another country, and she had to learn English when she moved here. Hadn't occurred to her.
Had it ever occurred to her that she, was definitely, she definitely has, privilege and white privilege?
I feel like it needs to occur to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she has an immense amount of privilege.
Okay.
Yeah. Another instance, we were at her family's cabin, and she screamed at me and had a complete meltdown that lasted for hours because she said I didn't initiate enough physical contact. I had been cooking for her all night, so I was busy doing stuff.
Yeah.
Making her food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she had a total entitled meltdown.
Wow.
Another instance, she begged me to visit her while she was house sitting for her grandma in the Bay Area. I had to drive hours to get there. And once I got there, she flipped the fuck out on me, accused me of flirting with a man, iced me out and gave me the cold shoulder for hours, treated me terribly, and then broke up with me temporarily, only to text me back and beg for another chance.
Would she ever freak out in front of people?
She would wait till we were alone.
Did anyone ever see?
I think she would save it for me.
That's crazy.
There was an instance where she freaked out on her mom in front of me, but I think that was the closest.
Yeah.
And after that happened, her mom hugged me and said, I care about you too. Whatever you need to do. Even if it doesn't work, I care about you too. And, take care of yourself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Another thing my ex-girlfriend told me was that wearing a rainbow Apple Watch band was very sexual of me to do because I was announcing my sexuality and making people think about sex when they saw me because I had a rainbow Apple band.
Something is wrong with her because why is that, huh? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm dumbfounded.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because when I see a pride flag,
yeah,
my mind thinks joy.
No, she was like, people are going to think about you having lesbian sex when they see that. They're going to think about you doing, sex stuff. You're being very sexual by wearing that.
I think this is her projection of what she thinks of gay people.
It must be.
Because that is incorrect.
Yeah. She also just had, a really low window of tolerance and, couldn't really handle feelings, her own or anybody else's. And she would just always need to, go smoke weed. She smoked a lot of weed. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
There's honestly, even just talking to you about this, I'm thinking of even more things that happened.
Yeah.
But I think this is everything that's on my list.
Yeah. Dude.
Mm-hmm.
We're never going to do that again.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I will happily be single for the rest of my life. Before I ever
100%
give someone who treats me like that the time of day ever 100%. Again.
100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when so many times in my relationship, I would have moments of I would come to, I'd be like, I would be have realizations, and I'd be like, am I gonna allow myself to be treated like this?
Mm-hmm.
and then this fog would appear again, and then I would be back in it.
Yeah, like the fog.
The fog.
That's so
It was
real.
just like the black smoke of it all. It would like keep you in.
I feel like also she was really manipulative and
Yes.
very gaslighty.
Yes.
And would just constantly tell me everything was my fault.
Yes.
All the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Everything was always my fault.
Same.
And so it was so confusing to be like in that.
For
like
sure.
I felt like my head was underwater.
Yes. I think for me, the reason why I didn't leave when I should have, like early on, was because it had been drilled into me that if I did leave, he would either hurt himself, go off the rails, or be homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And like the homeless part was like a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Which, bitch, just get your own apartment. Like, you know what I mean? But it was so drilled into me that, man, if I ever leave this person, like, their life is going to end.
Yeah.
Well, if I leave this person, they're going to be unhoused and live in a really horrible situation. And I didn't want that for them.
Yeah.
And I felt bad and I felt guilty, so I stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my thing with my ex was she would always talk about like childhood trauma.
Same. Yep.
Which, like, yeah, you had some really difficult situations, a lot of like adverse childhood experiences, but she also had a lot of supportive factors.
Yeah.
She had a lot of privilege.
Yeah.
She literally grew up trilingual
Yeah.
in like one of the most expensive zip codes in the world,
Yeah.
and like extremely rich and connected relatives.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of supportive factors.
Yeah.
But it was always like, oh, my trauma. I'm like this because of my trauma. And I just kept giving her, like, a lot of chances and the benefit of the doubt because of that. Because I just thought, like, oh, like, underneath all the trauma, like, if she can just heal, she's, like, such a lovely person.
Yep.
Like, it's just, if she can just heal, she just needs to heal.
Yes.
And, like, oh, I can help.
But they never make the
No.
initiative to
Yeah.
heal themselves.
No. It was, like, I had to... She
was
wanted
like-
me to do it.
Yeah, it was like pulling teeth, trying
Yeah.
to be like, hey, stop drinking. Hey, maybe to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe talk to a therapist. Hey, take your antidepressants regularly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I think that, like, I ended up attracting someone who kind of just wanted a new mommy.
Yes. Yeah.
And just saw where I was at, like, with my healing journey, and was like, dating you will be a shortcut.
Yeah.
And I don't know if, like, she truly liked me for, like, who I was, or she just liked the idea of, like, what I could do for her.
Mm.
And she liked that her family liked me so much, because her family adored me. Like, they really liked me. And I got along with them really well.
Yeah.
And I think she liked that sense of accomplishment that came with having a partner that her family approved of so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was very presentable.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn.
But now
Now
I'm vibing. I'm so single.
Now we're vibing. We're so
I'm
single.
so happy.
We're so single and we're so gay.
We're gay.
We're gay.
And we're single. Actually, I feel like I'm kind of dabbling with another little ace era right now.
Love
I'm
that
like,
for you.
I don't want to be with anyone. I'm
Okay.
just not interested.
Love.
I have no crushes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Slay.
No real crushes.
No real crushes.
Only convenience.
Only
ones.
convenience.
Yeah.
We don't have to go there.
No, we can cut that out.
We can. You know what? What gives me satisfaction when I think about it is that at the end of the day, I know that my ex probably knew I was gay.
He did bring it up, didn't he?
He did bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one time he was like, you're cheating on me with your lesbian best friend. And I was like, one, my best friend isn't lesbian. And two, I'm not cheating on you.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like a big insecurity. I think he knew me well and could probably see it, even if I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
And he also was very open about, like, if we ever broke up and you dated a girl, it would drive me crazy. Like, I would not be able to handle it.
Oh my God.
And so I now have satisfaction knowing that we broke up, and now I'm full lesbo, bitch.
Yeah, you dated a girl.
Yes, and we'll marry a woman.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Not me.
Not you.
I'm gonna have a lavender marriage.
True.
Yeah.
True. But one day I will have a wife. And
Hell
that
yeah.
just makes me so excited.
I love that for you.
Me too. Oh my God. I'm going to be such a good wife.
You will.
I will.
Oh,
it's so beautiful. So cute.
I know. Being gay is awesome.
Being gay is awesome.
Yeah.
I love loving girls.
It's great, except for when it's
except for when they're like horrible and crazy.
This is gonna be fun though, because so far your crazy crash out exes have been men.
Yes.
So we kind of talked about in the last episode. You've dated mostly men.
Yes.
And you've had one short-term girlfriend.
Yes.
I've dated mostly women.
Yes.
And I had one long-term boyfriend in the mix. We're kind of flip-flopped there.
Yeah.
Girls are crazy.
I'm so thankful that my ex-girlfriend isn't crazy.
Yeah.
She was very stable.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
No bad things to say about her.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Mashallah. But also, I will say, didn't you guys date for like 4 months?
Yeah.
That's when things start to go sideways.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so chill. It's like euphoric. It's like honeymoon phase.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hit that like 3 to 4 month mark.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Things get a little hairy. Things get a little crazy.
Yeah.
People start to show their true colors.
Yeah.
And it just turns out that for whatever reason, I've kind of been attracting a similar type of person when it comes to girls.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe that's just something with me where I need to work on. Surely there are very nice girls out there.
Oh,
with
yes.
very secure attachment styles.
Yeah.
But just like my baby gay phase of like dating different girls.
Mm-hmm.
I've encountered a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, when this comes out, when the first episode drops, I will be in a plane going to Japan. And then when this...
I'll be at a party.
You'll be at a party.
Yeah.
And then when this drops, I will be in Japan.
Indeed.
I'll be in... Will I be back in Tokyo yet? I might be in Osaka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too.
Crazy.
I know. I'm gonna get so many goodies.
Oh, I'm gonna make a list.
Yeah, make a list.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll be in Osaka, and then we'll come back. I'll recap the chaos. You'll recap your
you know what we're
trips.
gonna do first?
What are we gonna do
when
first?
you get back?
Huh?
I'm gonna pick you up from the airport. We're gonna go see. we're going. The first thing you're doing, you land back in the homeland.
Right. You're right.
We're going straight to Oakland for Tamin's show.
Tamin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Twink sex god Lee Tamin.
I hate it when you say that.
It's his rebrand. His rebrand is sex god.
I just can't get behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about twink god?
I feel like even that label he's transcended.
He's had twink death.
Just like, yeah, he has passed twink death. Not in a bad way.
No.
But I would say, dance sensation.
Dance sensation.
I don't know.
Lee Tamin.
Professional dancer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Body yaddy yaddy.
That's Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, that is Megan Thee Stallion. But no, we're gonna see Tamin.
We are.
Crazy.
Which is crazy because like literally when I was like 15 years old, I was like, he's an icon, he's a legend, he's a hero.
He is the moment.
He's the moment. I want to be like gender envy.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have watched his videos now and been like, his concert videos are insane.
The Mexico
dude.
City videos.
Oh my god. The amount of religious references too.
Oh, it's a Catholic guilt convention.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Honestly, seeing it in Mexico City would have been peak.
Yeah.
But Oakland. It's a tiny ass venue.
Tiny ass venue. We're gonna be breathing the same air as Lee Tamin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How does that make you feel?
I'm probably gonna cry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually feel it coming on right now.
Yep.
But I'm just so excited. This is crazy.
I know.
Like, I really can't believe it.
I can't either.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah. Here we go.
And then what? After Lee Tae-min, we have they'll drive back. And then in terms of
And then April, we have beomhan.
April and beomhan, Caleb. And then in May,
maybe Stray Kids. Let me see if it conflicts with ballet.
You maybe Stray Kids. Me,
You're definitely going.
Oh,
I'm maybe.
Oh, I am floor. I have floor seats.
Yes,
VIP.
girl.
I am so ready. You have no idea.
It's gonna be good.
I am going to crash out. I'm
As
gonna
you
cry.
should.
I'm gonna shit myself.
As you should.
Sobbing. I am so excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm stoked for you.
I am too stunned to speak.
It's gonna be great.
It will be great. my friends and I are barricade right next to the extended stage.
Crazy.
I swear to God, if that bitch Lee No is anywhere in my vicinity, I'm going to crash out.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm gonna freak my shit.
Yeah, you gotta.
Holy. On my
You
microphone, I have a sticker of Lee No. It's staring at you, Allison.
Oh my gosh,
Look
I
at
see
him.
He's staring. He's looking at me.
He's looking at you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? When we're done recording, we'll watch music videos.
Yeah, we will. I
Yeah,
think
we
we gotta.
We gotta.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that was Chaos Corner.
That was
Thank
Chaos
you.
Corner. Thank you. We love you.
We love you, gays.
Lots and lots.
Yeah.
I'll see you after Japan.
Keep gaying.
Keep gaying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll come back with a girlfriend.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
That was Emily thinks that's what you're gonna do.
That's
right?
what Emily thinks I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to a lesbian bar, but I doubt I'll come back with a girlfriend. I don't think I can be in that headspace around my little sister.
No. Are you guys gonna go to the muscle bar?
The one she wants to go to?
Yeah.
Yes.
The one you
Props.
want to go to?
I want to go to it only to see her be embarrassed.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but what about the
Oh,
other
the
one?
lady one?
The lady one.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
When you have a mixed orientation friend group.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and your computer's about to die. Okay.
Bye, gays.
Bye-bye.